kind of bait niggas into that shit too though, because like people usually don't expect it from me because I'm quiet.
Right.
So like, they want to assume, so they get to talking. Oh yeah, you rap great. Let me hear some shit. Then I go right after. Oh shit.
I ain't expected to be that high.
I ain't know you was like that. Yeah.
You know I work in the prisons.
Yeah.
So when I be walking through, I got everything. You know what I mean, camera crews, everything with that. They be looking at shit like, what the fuck, shorty? Like, you know what I mean. And then it's always that nigga, because I already know who I'm here for. I already got my groups, my band, my artists.
Yeah.
But the outside inmates, you know, the people that ain't a part of it, always a nigga that, oh, I and then they always call me. They like, yo, he rap. He like, yeah, looking at me like I'm just a joke. I be on a pod tearing them niggas the fuck up. And I got footage of all that shit too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to release some of that shit. I be tearing them niggas the fuck up. They be mad as shit. They be wanting to fight. Yeah, they be wanting to fight.
Some niggas not fit. Right? They be talking about they rap, but some niggas not fit. And I ain't the one that, I mean, tell everybody you ass or you hot or not, but
sometimes you gotta tell a nigga like, keep writing.
Yeah, some
keep
niggas,
writing.
I just feel like I gotta come out and say what I gotta say, then they show you like, yeah, bro, you're not up there. Like,
or they can rap, but the delivery is fucked. Like, like if you ciphering, which is like but in a passive aggressive battle type way,
yeah,
they delivery could be fucked up. You ain't even gotta give them the best bars.
Right.
You just perform and fuck them up just off performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit be crazy.
Would you have like a tell sign like, alright, he say he rap, but just looking at a motherfucker, you be like, he probably hot or he corny.
Nah,
you know,
I can't tell.
You
can't tell?
Nah.
Because you can see a nigga that look like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure, like, how people used to view me, they ain't assuming I was going to be, when I say I used to rap, I don't think they assumed that, like, boy, your boy going to be hot as shit. Or boy going to have something that'd be like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think they just like, all right, he rap, we going to see what he said. Because, like I said, I done seen the same motherfuckers, you be thinking, like, all right, he probably do rap some shit. And you be like, man, this nigga ass.
Right.
Right. It's garbage.
Yeah. I think if you rap long enough, you learn not to underestimate nobody. It's like if you fight long enough, you learn not to think you're going to beat somebody to fuck up just off looking at him.
Yeah, see, like, oh, he ain't got no muscle in his
right,
head, or
right.
so I know, you know, I mean, he ain't powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
So I start mixing it, then he slamming on your shit.
Yeah, he when he was little, he was in karate and all that other goofy shit.
Right.
Yeah, you get your
Kick
ass
your fucking head off and shit.
Crazy with the wordplay.
Yeah, that shit is real.
Alright, so we want to get into it like this. You know, Tory Lanez just dropped the album and shit like that now. Due to the fact that he allegedly shot Megan Thee Stallion in the leg, foot, or, you know, in the limb. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all hear the album? And two, how do you feel about the album?
Okay.
If you heard it.
So that's the two questions.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the album.
Because we want to deep dive into some other shit, but we ain't going.
So are you asking me
how you feel about the overall project just listening to it without thinking about his personal shit as just the music?
Even though the album was about the personal shit?
Yeah. But let's just pretend it's some trapped in the closet shit. He just made the story up.
Okay. Great music.
Great music?
Yeah.
Do you believe it's like, I'm not going to... Alright, it's better than his previous project.
Which one?
What was the last one he put out? The New
yeah,
Toronto 3 Jones?
New Toronto. Chicks Take 5, I think, came out.
But you just asking one of us at a time, or I could...
No, we could jump in. As long as we're not over talking each other, we cool.
Like, to me, no.
It's not
you
like...
didn't think the content... You didn't think he was rapping? You didn't think he was
feel like
singing?
we all know that Tory Lanez could rap. But, like, far as, like, the music that he went with to put this out, I feel like you could have did maybe a couple songs to talk about that and shit. Other things, you could have kept it playing like how you usually do on your other joints. I feel like you did too much on that joint just to get.
As far as what? What's
like,
too much?
As far as like he talked. He based it too much around the stories, and then everybody just talking down on like every song is like that. Or now like he gotta.
But you want
it's a reason. It's more of a reason why he got those songs. There's the certain songs that he had on there, rather than them just being good songs that he just thought of to make him bring out. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. It's like reason, like he had to respond back to the Megan.
But you going into the topic. So just on its face as bars,
yeah, but that's what
as melodies.
I feel like he, as far as the bars, I feel like everything was there, but as far as the song itself, to me, wasn't. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing that I could just play on repeat. Like, oh yeah, this is my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the other ones, being that, like I said, well, everything is going on with him and shit, he felt the need to have talk about all that in this album and shit.
Yeah.
Like, cool, but to me, it's like
Right.
it's one of them Jones. You could throw that back away. You know what I mean? We could.
Right.
I can do without this one.
Me personally, I feel as though is his to this date best album until he drops some new shit. As far as the beats, I mean, that's just how I feel right now about it. If you maybe in a week or so, I could be like, you know what? Nah, I was tripping. I like fucking Tune Toronto 3 better and shit. But for right now, I find myself and I go listening to it. I'll be like, all right, I like this song. Cause don't get it wrong, it's not like one of the projects where I listen to this shit from top to bottom and shit. It's definitely like some of the singy songs I don't be for it and shit like that.
I was going to say that too. Like I only listened to the song once, like the whole album like one time. So maybe as long I play it more times, maybe something will get I get a little feel to it, and it may change my mind on how I feel about it. But like, as far as right now, certain songs, like I said, the A Woman Jones, like to me that sounds like some R. Kelly shit. Like I feel like he trying to pull an R. Kelly type move with that one. I wasn't really feeling that. I got R. Kelly vibes out of that.
R. Kelly vibes.
Yes, I wasn't really singing that. I mean, it wasn't really feeling that shit too much.
But as far as the rapping,
yeah, like the first track was alright.
And that's what I'm like. All his lyrical.
The second track, if I'm not mistaken. So
lyrical content, I'm fucking.
I don't remember the titles. I basically played the John and just let it ring. I didn't look at the
you had it on shuffle, or you just let it from top to bottom?
I just let it go from top to bottom.
Oh,
Hit the first John, whatever come on next. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I bounced around.
So I ain't really look at the titles and all that. I'm just listening off the pure music. I'm just like, all right, they okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? He really showing his rapping ability on there, but we already knew he had that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I need a little more. I need something different out of that one.
So you saying it was just alright? You saying it was a good John?
It was good music.
Yeah.
But I will never, ever, ever, ever go back and listen to it. I listened to it for
the sake of the music, or for the sake of the personal stuff you got going on.
The music is about the personal stuff going on.
I mean,
so
right?
That's the thing.
Right. So you can separate the two.
He didn't separate the two.
Okay.
It's directly intertwined. He didn't separate it. The album is about
the incident.
That whole shit.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I listened to the album for research purposes only, and I will never ever go back and revisit it. Right. I think that for me, it was very contradicting. It like song for song, like when I said good music, because he rapping, he's singing. He's my favorite Drake copycat, if you will.
Yeah, he is a generic Drake.
He's my favorite Drake copycat. He used to be, rather. So he was rapping, he was singing, but the overall narrative of the album, he literally, for me, took every single thing, every single excuse that people made for him on the internet and put it in songs, and then turned around and contradicted each point. Yeah. 1 minute he don't care about social media. The next minute he naming everybody who dissed him on social media. Right. 1 minute he didn't do anything wrong. The next minute we need to be more forgiving and not have cancel culture. 1 minute he don't give a fuck about what he did and or what he didn't do or whatever. The next minute he's contrite and he wanna make it right with the bitch.
He did it a little too much.
Yeah.
I feel like if he had 1 or 2, maybe even 3 songs addressing it, cool. And then you did with your regular. How you usually go
regular schedule programming and shit.
Cool, it'd probably been. You know what I mean,
yeah, it's just like confessions and shit.
He went
through like confessions album.
It's like,
it's
bro,
crazy.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look,
come on, bro.
1 minute he say, first song, Meg Teen trying to frame him for a shooting, blah blah. Yeah. But then the rest of the narrative of the album is that you miss her and you want her. You would want a woman that literally is trying to end you. You just talked about your baby mom, your baby mom and your son and all this other shit and how they trying to end your career and this, that, and the third. But you still want this person? Make it make sense. Everything about it was contradicted. Everything about it, from song to song, was him finding ways to defend. And the pandering towards black women, it was disgusting. The pandering, I ain't never heard Tory pander that bad. Like, and the timing of the release is disgusting.
Why you say that?
Because just yesterday,
they just missed.
We on a different vibe right now. We're trying to get black men to see the energy that's directed towards black women. We're trying. That's what we're attempting to do right now is black women.
Right.
Anytime a nigga gets shot out in the street, we out there protesting every fucking day, every fucking night. We out there going hard for niggas. And when something happened to a woman, it's a different energy. A black woman, like it's always a different energy. So this Breonna Taylor situation, I feel like it was a turning tide for us as a whole, black men and women, to see. You understand? And he decides to drop this album, dissing so many black women on the album. That nigga said Kylie Jenner was an angel. She looked like a baby in a manger. He was talking like she was fucking Jesus. Meanwhile, he's dissing fucking black women on the album. Shit was disgusting to me. But music,
deep dive all the way like that into it and shit.
I listened to the album one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I didn't think about it that way and shit.
But that's something that stuck out to me, right? Like, then he's literally, Meg has the #1 song in the world with Cardi right now. So you're using this situation to capitalize off of her pain. It's no different than Breonna Taylor being on Vanity Fair.
Right.
And no charges being, brought. It's no different. It's all the same shit. Now, if Tory would have shot Kylie Jenner, we would never hear from this nigga.
He was dissing the joint Doja Cat too and shit. And what is it, JoJo or some shit like that?
Yeah, he came with a couple.
Yeah, everybody that...
I really didn't get all the people that he said in that joint. He dropped a couple. He dropped a
some joints he couldn't mention, but...
Everybody that commented about the issue. Everybody that said, yo, that's some nut shit, blah, blah, blah. That's who he addressed. Anybody who had something to say. So my whole thing is, if a nigga wind up dead in the street by a cop, by a white man, by whatever, and there's a bunch of black women talking about, well, we need both sides of the story. We need to see what really happened. That shit will turn y'all stomachs. We be out there marching and all that shit for y'all. So the fact that people are willing to entertain this shit and say they need to hear more of the story and this, that, why the fuck would this woman who got a #1 record in the world just make up some shit and say, a nigga shot her? For what? What's the point? Like, sometimes black men just gotta do better at protecting.
Sometimes, I also, not to cut you off,
no,
sometimes, you know what I mean, not to say that she is or like, you know what I mean, other people could be, but sometimes you deal with people and don't usually think in that type mind of a
like it could be
mind.
something.
So she could be. Some people take certain things and then take it over the top and be extra, a little extra than what it really actually was. So I'm not saying that that was for the case. I'm just saying, just in general, like, so it could be that, and you like rather tell them like, dog, like calm down a little bit, like think and shit. I know you mad and you angry, but you know what I mean. To him, maybe he wanted to have that conversation or talk to her about that shit like that. I really don't know, because like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know the full aspects of the joint. Whatever,
but we never there. We never there when none of this shit happens. Yeah. But for some reason, there's a different energy.
I'm kind of a little crazy about that too, like how he kind of wanted to address, like he addressed a little bit about the situation, but you really didn't
say much.
Yeah, you never talked about the actual incident.
Too much to me about the joint. So like, kind of, is you really addressing it? Really to me?
No, he's addressing people who address, and then the album ended with him saying, oh, I hope y'all learn from this, learn from me. The comments don't mean nothing, this, that don't mean nothing. You just made a whole album about the comments. So do they mean something or do they not mean nothing? Like,
they do.
And the whole thing is, we wasn't there. We don't know what happened. But we never there.
Right.
Some shit is just right, some shit is just wrong. You feel me? So it's like, this is not even a thing where it needs to be like a debate. I feel like everybody should be on code with this. Everybody should have been on code. Everybody should have been like, this nigga's a nut for dropping this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And that should have been that, because some shit is right, some shit is wrong. Like, and it comes a time where we gotta get like that. And the fact that we ain't like that, the fact that we could just be like, well, the music good, or we could just say, a bunch of like, well, I don't know, I wasn't there type shit. All right, let's give y'all the energy when cops is killing y'all niggas out here. We wasn't there. We don't know what the fuck happened. Like, it's just, I can't imagine if he would have killed Kylie Jenner, what would have been going on?
Killed her or shot her?
Oh, shot her.
He'd have killed her. He'd have been dead.
Oh, if he'd have killed her, that nigga would have been dead on Rodeo or wherever the fuck they was at.
Real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Go outside real quick.
I mean...
Oh, I gotta take my shoes off.
Get through the...
Out front, that I got somebody grab something from.
But,
I gotta take my shoes off to go in the front.
I mean...
what would have been the energy?
The energy, if he'd have shot Kylie Jenner and shit like that, he'd have still got the same shit. Like, if he'd have proceeded the way, it would have probably been more mainstream than what it is. But as far as like, it would have been the same energy.
You don't think charges would have already been brought upon him? Rather, Kylie would have said something like that. Niggas would have been like, he did what? Like, oh, like he's fucking done. Oh my! Right now, Tory is not done.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not done.
But is it because...
But he would be done if he would have did that to Kylie.
Possibly.
Possibly, he would be
Possibly.
fucking done.
Only reason I say possibly because I don't know for sure. If you can guarantee, not guarantee, but if you know for sure, then he'd have been like definitely out of there. Possibly, I don't know, but
I think you do know. I think
I don't.
I think,
I really
I think,
don't,
I
but-
think sometimes we play semantics because it's not a thing that happened. So since it didn't happen, you're saying I can't say for sure, like 100%. But you know, goddamn well, if he would have shot Kylie Jenner in the fucking foot, his ass would be over. If that would have been it would have been no more fucking Tory Lanez. That nigga would have been.
oh, I mean, look at OJ. Like
That was a different time, and Nicole Brown wasn't.
Oh,
OJ was the star. That's reverse.
Tory's still a star. He's still the star. It's just Megan was the bigger star.
No,
for...
Kylie is a superstar. Is what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, Kylie's a superstar.
Nicole Brown wasn't.
Right, but Kylie's a superstar, granted. But at the same time, she was more so like third string of the story. It's more so mainly Megan, then Tory, then Kylie. Just like, well, she was there, but
No, well, let's not even use Kylie. I'm saying, say Tory did this to a white woman.
I mean, yeah, in the more mainstream, the more mainstream side of it or whatever, yeah, he'd have been more crucified, or whatever,
So,
by the media. Hold on, broski.
so you don't even
Chilling.
think that the energy, the memes, all that shit, how it be flying, you think it would went the same way had he did that to a white woman versus a white celebrity versus a black woman celebrity?
Yeah, I believe it would have been the same energy. I believe it would have been the same energy. Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, whoever. It would have been the same shit. Unless you have some type
It would have
of...
been all this, let's see what the other side of the story. It would have been all these fake ass doctors who never even fucking been in 9th grade, ain't even took biology yet, talking about how you get shot in the foot and there's no tendons and muscle. You think all that would have been happening had he shot a white woman?
Yeah, because it's people who still look at Kim Kardashian like she staged the being kidnapped shit and all this other stuff. So when I say possibly it could have been the same result for him as far as like how they treat him, I have no information or no like real idea of what could have been worse than what he getting now.
Was it true that she actually did get shot? Like, it broke her foot? And
I don't know. To be honest.
That's what the
I'm only the only reason I'm asking that is
That's what
because
I'm hearing.
like how he was saying it inside like the songs and certain things. So it's like he kind of made it seem like that's not what happened. But then again, like I said, he never really elaborated on for his side of the story of what happened. So it's like it's still kind of leave it up in the air to be judged by your own, view. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
well, Juju on the beat said the cops has matched the bullet fragments to the direct gun that was in the car.
Right.
I mean, I don't need. Well, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't need an open and closed case
Yeah.
when I hear a black woman that don't got nothing to gain from this shit, that's rich. This could have killed her career also.
Right.
Like,
But who knows what she got to hide?
which is part of the reason why I think she didn't say nothing. She say it's only because she thought that the cops might kill them. That might have been a little part, but the main, the bigger part was this can harm me just as bad as him, if not worse.
Right, but it
So
could
I
be
don't wanna
something
put
she
this
could
shit
have
out.
died that she's not explaining.
That's what I was
Right,
saying
right.
as far as the lungs of like what actually happened is that we don't know because it could be like I said, she could say it was, but then it really couldn't have actually went that way how she really fully thought it went. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at it as like it's three sides to everything. It's her, the other person's side, your side, and the actual side that really happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Neither one of them may not be fully telling the truth on the full situation, but it's like for real, we can't really get that whole view and the whole response on that joint when I can't really say we don't know what the hell fully happened.
But we
from that
never know.
situation.
Once again,
Yeah, true. Like you said, yeah. Like
we
you
never know.
fully
But that don't stop us from
Forming opinions.
Yeah, I still think
So
like
why
in all
is it-
actual,
it's-
I think he fucked up. I think he definitely fucked up on the joint. But like, can he get himself back from it? Like, can he come back from it? I think he can.
Yeah, he can.
I
Because it's a
think
black
most
woman.
definitely
They
he
get
can.
it to. That's why he got back.
But I
That's-
mean, even
Just
that's
because she a
why.
black woman, so he can
I'm
come
not
back
saying.
from that?
I think even if
Yes.
if it was a white
There's
woman,
a-
I think
there's
he could get around it.
This is what y'all as men don't see. There's a certain energy that black women get from black men. It's subconscious. It's not even It's not like y'all just run around just purposely, you know.
Thinking about
Doing it.
Yeah,
With the intent. I get
it's
it.
deep. It's deeply rooted. It's when the songs is about how, oh, I love my niggas. I love these other men. Fuck bitches. Like, fuck these women. Like, it's weird. It's a weird energy that black women are on the receiving end of. So when things happen to you guys, we're not allowed to say, oh, well, let's see. I don't know. Nobody was actually there. We ain't supposed to. And we don't do that. But when it's us, it's all these benefits of the doubt. It's all this, who was there, we wasn't there, we don't know, this, that, and the third. But that's not the energy that we give y'all as black women to black men.
Right.
It's a lot different. It's not, and it's not reciprocated.
I beg to differ.
Saying. I get what you're saying.
It's not reciprocated. And these days, it seems like a lot of people are willing to capitalize off of black women trauma. Like, it seems like that's the new fucking way to make some money. Like,
Yeah.
the whole way the Breonna Taylor situation done played out, like, I mean, that shit is disgusting. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I
all
feel
them
that's
covers,
totally crazy and a
all-
whole nother bag.
yeah, and I guess
Like,
I guess I'm saying this from another point because, you know, I work in tandem with a lot of press.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you an example, right? I was, last year, before COVID and all that shit hit, I was pitching my label to different publications and all that. They ain't want to hear about it, right?
Yeah.
Soon as George Floyd came, these motherfuckers came back apologizing. LA Times, Pitchfork, fucking NPR. We sorry that we didn't, want to, do your story. We would love to do your story now because they know that it's money in black people pain. There's money in that shit. And that's what's going to get the clicks because niggas be hurt and niggas just be, reading up, watching shit that inflict that trauma. Like, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like at this point, a lot of people partake in capitalizing off of like black women pain. Like, why would you make an album about something like this? Like, this is just, if you're not going to tell the story.
Right.
I mean, I can get why he would make the album to give his side off because before this we didn't have nothing.
Right.
Where to go off of.
But that's because he was legally advised not to say nothing.
Right.
Yeah, true. But then like he himself now you got to deal with all the people saying what they're saying, and then some stuff may not be true. Now I'm pretty sure that shit probably got to him a little bit and made him.
Of
feel
course, it
like,
got to him.
Yo, I gotta at least speak my mind and speak my side of how I feel and what's going on and shit. So I can see why you would do it. But like I said, then again, I wouldn't have did a whole
Album
Right.
dedicated to that joint.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did a whole album.
And that's back to your point because the reason why, like you're saying, the whole album thing, that's the part where he really fucked up because if you're trying to make a whole album about it, you got to have a lot of different topics and a lot of different things to say. But the topics contradict each other. That was the issue, like, throughout the whole thing. It was like, 1 minute it was this, 1 minute it was this, 1 minute is how you get shot, and you get shot, and then it's, I didn't shoot you, I didn't do it, Then it was like they were, each point was contradicting the next point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, It was like, but you trying to make a whole album. You trying to make mad different songs. So you pulling at any straw that you feel like will help you. You know what I mean? Like you trying to get you out the situation, but in real life, you just fucking contradicting yourself every which way.
I mean, yeah, but that's where that part is where the shit flies out the window for me because it's like, all right, he contradicting himself, but he just venting, he getting his shit off in his music. So that's how he feel. It may not be the truth, but that's how he feel. That's the side of the story he want to give off and shit. If he can say anything, that's what he can say and shit. So as far as like it being contradicting and whatnot, I mean, everybody like Tupac. He contradicted himself all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like we gotta click up, get together, unity, black people. Then it's, man, fuck them niggas over there. I don't want them niggas to get a single dollar as long as I'm in the game. Da da da. No, I love black women. Won't go through the rape case or whatever. Man, fuck these bitches. Da 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 da. It didn't like what you saying. I don't look at that in artists anymore because I'm kind of like that. Like I have my moments where I'm on some peace and positivity shit. And I'm on some fuck everybody type shit. Like,
I'm like that.
Yeah, so it's like that's human nature.
But
so,
it's not one incident, though. That's the difference. That's just life.
But
it's not one incident that
right.
You constantly contradicting yourself
right,
on.
When did that situation happen?
Probably
nigga.
like 2 months ago, some shit.
Yeah,
All right, like 2-3 months ago. So in 2-3 months, think about all the times he had time to just sit and record and just get shit off. That probably like I said, not the truth, but it's just how he feel at the moment. So right now, I love you, I miss you, I want to be with you.
Somebody else pointed out that ain't really that he feels good had nothing to do with it, or you know what I mean, somebody else.
Could have just seen
this.
the clip on Instagram. Oh, these niggas talking shit too. I got something for these niggas. Wait till I get in the studio. And it could.
Right. So you think it makes sense that he would still want a bitch that literally lied? Because in his story, this didn't happen.
Niggas take
So
girls back
if
to shoot them, stab them, cheat on them. So.
Bitch, you lied and said I shot you and I didn't, and I'm about to lose my
crib
whole
down,
career.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Twice.
like I said, niggas take back girls who cheat on them, shoot at them, stab them, throw their shit out a window and pour bleach on it, all type of atrocious shit, and they take these women back, and women take men back for out of pocket shit. So when you say stuff like that, I could easily refute that with, well, that makes sense. All right, she's trying to tarnish his career for whatever. It could be a personal thing. It could be her PR people on some, yo, you can't let the people keep, because then it's fucking your bread up. You got to say something.
Yeah, that too.
So it could.
That was what was that? Well, and then the one point he made about him owning his masters, and now this happened. Nigga, you not fucking Michael Jackson. You not fucking Prince, nigga.
Even
Ain't
if that
nobody
is
out
the
to
case,
get you for your fucking masters.
even
You
if that
cool,
is the case, he
but
got the
come
right
on.
to feel that way.
But you know what that speaks to?
What?
It's narcissism. Which directly speaks to why the fuck he probably did what he did when he shot at that bitch feet. I don't even know, he might
But
have
that-
not
It
missed it.
sounds shaky to
But
me
this
too.
is my
like,
thing.
But that's
I'm
your
trying to wrap
narcissism.
my
You
head
think you're
around like what
somebody enough
situation
that somebody's gonna
or
for
what
your master.
occasion would precede itself to where
You would shoot a female in the
yeah, a
foot.
motherfucker gotta get shot.
What
in
you
the foot.
mean? Like, it's so many reasons to shoot a female
No,
in
I
the
ain't
foot.
saying like, all right, even if
not
he
like
said-
on some
no,
like
but
you
even if he said
intentionally
here,
doing it, but like
even if he sat here and said like, all right, it wasn't intentional.
And he
What
said he was
situation
drunk,
was
too.
going on for you to have a gun? You know what I'm saying? And that bitch to shoot off and hit her in the foot. You know what I'm saying?
all right, let me play this scenario for you and shit like that. You and your girl.
I can see like maybe
Yeah,
they could be
y'all
arguing.
arguing.
He going back and forth and
He,
it go
know,
off.
he got the gun just
but-
on some just humbug, like just in case some shit go left. I don't want to be slipping and niggas just rob me and have my chain on World Star. So he probably one of them niggas who just carry a gun, and if security far away, he got his shit on him and shit.
Yeah, I get that.
They having they words, they drunk or whatever. He's mentioning the fact they was drinking and shit. So let's keep it 100. Like in relationships, and you in a relationship with a motherfucker, y'all get to throwing verbal blows at him at a motherfucker. Who knows how vicious she is? You short little motherfucker. That's why your dick can't get up there. And then you in the car with company, you
'Cause
looking
I
at
feel
her.
like that's what happened.
Yeah,
I
then
feel
she
like,
probably got out like, I
Yeah,
gotta
I feel
take
like
this
he
shit.
blazed it.
And then he probably like, bitch, I'm
shit.
fucking playing.
That's what I
now.
was thinking to myself.
And he probably shot that shit at the
that's
jaw, and it
to
probably.
me, that's probably what
And,
happened.
and honestly,
It
he
hit
might
her
have
like that
he
when
might
that
have he might have just been trying to shoot at the ground, trying to
And
scare
it-
her. or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, well, that too.
And it
But-
ricochet hit
right,
her. Like,
right, but the bottom line is he's
her
so
goofy ass got back in the
ego.
car.
His ego.
She got back in that car.
Well, I'm in the middle of Calabasas. Where the fuck else I'm supposed to go?
You really want to walk? You can walk. You know what I'm saying? With the
Listen.
Oh, so she didn't like the police didn't take.
No, they stopped the car.
I know
so
they stopped the car.
that
but
would go back to her
I would
probably
have
getting
figured
back
they
in,
would
or
have
she
stopped her,
falling
or
and
they
then
would
like,
have
oh,
took
man.
everybody, or they would have got a paramedic or some shit like that, and then she'd have went off into that.
Well,
So-
they came like right
Getting
away.
back into the
It's
car.
not like
But
they came like
so
right away.
after all that was done, she got back in the car.
Yeah,
with
because
him.
they all got out the car and shit. But it could have been one of the
They
things where-
came like in the next minute or some shit.
Yeah,
but
but
if some shots
to
go
me,
off in the
I
middle
feel like
of
that's kind of sketchy too, though, because like, all right, say if me and you have an argument, you shoot me in the foot, I ain't getting the fuck back in the car.
No,
with
but
you.
it could have been one thing where
You
they
know what I'm saying?
put her back in the car. And, oh shit, we got to cover this up.
Right.
We got to get to the
Right.
hospital. We got to get to the
See,
hospital.
remember, she didn't tell it.
But
right out
you
the
think
gate.
that the ambulance or somebody would took
But
it there though?
I think they did though, right?
No, when they
Or they
first,
didn't?
no, when
Okay.
they first, like, you got to think about it. She didn't have any intentions on ever saying what happened in my mind.
Right.
It was the pressure, the pressure. It was the trolls. It was the internet. They
Yeah.
kept bothering her, saying she was making it up.
Right.
You lying, bitch, out of eye. That's what prompted her to go in. So if it first happened, now, oh shit, I'm really shot in my fucking foot from this nigga ego tripping and playing too much or whatever.
Right.
Now we gotta figure out a way to get us the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Because it
Right.
wasn't. She didn't run to the cops and say,
Yeah. Immediately.
"Oh,
yeah.
Tori shot me." Blah, blah,
She
blah,
said some shit
blah.
on live or some shit like
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she was trying to, you know,
Massive situation.
because you don't know what to do.
Right.
I'm a fucking superstar. You was a quasi superstar. I
Yeah.
guess I can consider.
Well, and then he confirmed the fact
On
he
the
was dating,
rise.
so you know y'all got some type of relationship. So
Right. Nobody knows that we in a relationship. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this shit is all spooky right now. We in the middle of fucking Calabasas couple minutes away from fucking, you know, Kanye and Kylie Jenner in them house.
Right.
Like, this shit is all the way something else right now. So I can definitely see getting back in the car. I can definitely see that because you're trying to get the fuck out of there, and you don't know what you're gonna say.
In a real discreet possible
yeah,
way.
you gotta be discreet. You gotta be discreet. All you thinking about is this is about to be a shit show.
Yeah, because you know the neighbors heard them guns.
Yeah, that's
they,
all-
oh shit,
right,
no,
that's
what they
all
doing
you
around here
thinking.
shooting guns? Oh yeah, we definitely calling the cops.
Tory sobered up real quick.
I
after
paid too
that.
much money to have shots fired around
Yeah.
my area.
Right.
So,
That nigga sobered up immediately.
I don't know. I mean, I get that, but I still don't think. Maybe that's just me, a me thing. and
'Cause
shit.
if a nigga
I don't
shoot
see
me and we in the car
I
together
don't see
and-
me getting back into the car, like,
See, but
regardless.
even if that is the case, she probably didn't willingly get in. It probably was one of the things where the bodyguard, he probably like, man, come on, I can for the dumb shit, man, get in the car, dog. Like, who knows? Or maybe she's like, motherfucker, you shot me, goddamn. All right, get in the car. All right, are we gonna go to the hospital? Take me to the hospital, then go about your business and shit. Like, so.
It's just,
But that's what I'm saying. Being as though I wasn't there, and the thing, I'm not saying that she's lying to the fact. It's one of them things where, being as though I wasn't there, I don't really care, and I don't care like fuck her. It's just more so like it's not my business, and I'm not even about to deep dive into that shit all super crazy to figure out what was said in this statement here and there. And
here's the issue with that, Ace. Men not holding other men accountable.
right,
Y'all use that. It's not my business. I don't want to be no bitch ass nigga, no hoe ass nigga commenting on another nigga situation. You know what I
Right.
mean? But that is the reason why men constantly do certain things. That's the reason why men feel comfortable beating on bitches. That's the reason why men feel comfortable not taking care of their children. That's the reason why men feel comfortable doing a lot of things because there's no other men holding them accountable.
no, there
And
are
put-
other
and
men. It's
putting-
just not every
the
man is going
majority,
to.
the
Yeah,
majority think like you.
yeah.
It's none of my business. I don't want to get a part of it. I feel like a hoe even commenting on some shit that's not directly related to me, right? But that further empowers men to constantly do this. If it was a general consensus for men to hold other men accountable, I think we would have a different society when it
But
comes to
who
how
holds
men
who
should-
accountable though? Do women hold other women accountable for when they do wrong?
In what regard?
In any regard, whether it's she domestically beats her man or she just cheats or she's a bad mother or whatever the case may be. Do other women be like, yo sis, you got a good man, or yo sis, you fucking drawn right now and shit? They just, I mean, females say the same thing.
In a general consensus,
Yeah.
I think more women do it than not. Like if you're a
As far as
bad,
like checking
if you're a
females.
bad, if you're a bad mom, if you're a bad mom,
All right, if you're a bad mom.
But where would it come from to be accepted? As far as like, can a stranger see you on the street, see you put your hands on your child and say, oh, you shouldn't do that? You know what I'm saying? Or
I have had that happen. My son was a little bit retarded back in the day, and he used to just kirk out anywhere.
yeah,
And I used to have people doing that shit to me when we trying to put him in restraints. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas
I think it's a
jumping in.
level to that though, because
But-
like when I'm doing and if somebody come up to me, a random person, I'm
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
bro, don't let this ass whooping that's intended for her be for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
know, exactly.
Go about your
I used
business.
to be ready
and
to fight
shit.
niggas when they used to do that shit because they didn't know what I was going through. They didn't know the condition my child had. You feel me?
Right.
But if somebody is in a situation where
well, if it's woman to woman is what I mean. Would you
but
take
when
that from another woman?
What usually happens is it's a fallout. When you try to hold a woman accountable for some shit, then they just turn on you. They talk shit. They bring up what the fuck you done did and what bitch. Who the fuck? How the fuck you gonna say that about me? You worry about your family? But it was still said. It was still attempted.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not successful, but it was attempted.
Right.
And then that's where the beef come, and that's where the clash come, and that we gang warring and
Yeah.
Men be on some shit like that. Shit ain't none of my business. If I see it, or if I see another, not because I will, but every time I see a nigga beating up a bitch and there's a man recording it, that shit just make me sick to my stomach.
Oh, yeah,
Not
that's
saying-
different. Yeah,
not
that's
saying
different.
that you,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying that you gotta jump in it and take a bullet for a stranger, you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
every
yeah.
man ain't built like that. But how the fuck you gonna just sit there and record it? Like, it's
Right.
just a certain. I can't explain it. The code that
Yeah,
y'all.
not saying you
have
gotta
amongst each
intervene,
other.
but at least be like, yo, dog, come on, that's a female, relax.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
you ain't gotta all the way
Tone
intervene,
it
like get in
down,
the middle
you
of
gotta
them and
tone it
shit.
down,
Yeah, but
bro.
Tone, like, yeah, like,
Tone that shit down.
if it comes to it, he really like giving her business, then yeah, you like, yo, you tripping, dog. Like,
bro, yeah, you done
pull up
did
on,
enough.
yeah, pull him
Like,
up
you know
off
what
her
I'm
and like
saying?
stall
Let
her
that
out.
go.
But if they arguing and shit like that, and she slapped him first, and he put her head through the fucking windshield, yeah, I'm gonna mind my business on that one. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my business. She provoked the violence. I'm not gonna wait a minute. No, bro, you gotta relax. Even though she slapped you first and I saw it, but you going too far. Like, no, like you put your hands on the man and he put his hands back on you. Fair exchange. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's this is chicken cold, then it's like, all right, come on, bro, you wilding and shit. Like, you out of pocket. Even if I'm a stranger in the situation.
So my question is, in regards to the Tory thing, and we can wrap this up whenever y'all ready, but what's the difference?
And what, as far as like what I just explained in his situation?
Yes.
Here's
regardless of what you say,
Mm-hmm.
like, regardless of the fact that we wasn't there and all that other
Right.
shit, we know there's no reason that this bitch would just make up this lie out of the blue.
Yeah.
Right.
What's
I definitely
the
think feel
difference?
like we do need to start holding us
Accountable.
and more accountable as well. But you know what I'm saying? One full step at a time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everything won't happen all at once.
right, but here's
Right, that's
my
what this
thing.
Because I feel as though, like, you know what I mean, my moral wouldn't let me allow me to do some shit like that, as far as put my hand on a woman, like, for no apparent, just because I feel like, or I feel as though I'm strong, or treat somebody, you know what I mean, a different type of way. I was never
Brought up that way, yeah.
like, brought up on that type of fashion. So, yeah, I think it happens one way at a time and shit.
Now, my explanation for that is being as though where they're at, you right. She doesn't have a reason to just come up with some bullshit ass story to say, oh, this nigga shot me. But at the same time, I also have skepticism in both their stories or whatever.
Mhm.
Maybe
As
he
well.
did shoot her. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he shot at the ground and it ricocheted, but you still fired. You fired it off in her vicinity.
Mhm.
You know, whatever. But at the same time, when I say I wasn't there, the story could have went any kind of way. So I can't really just jump out the window and hear he shot a woman and be like, oh, you a piece of shit. You should die. You should belong in you under the jail. And then it come out he didn't really do it, because then it's like, well, damn, I don't really know. It turned out she was bullshitting, or that she didn't tell the whole truth.
Mhm.
So
I have skepticism as well. I don't know if her story is all the way 100% factual.
it's fucked up. But
I have, when I say skepticism, I'm saying I don't believe everything Meg said is true. Right? That's not what I'm saying.
yeah,
But there is a certain line in my mind that
yeah.
I know for a fact Tory crossed, and I can't celebrate him anymore. In that,
Is it the
regard.
violence towards a woman thing, or is it something else? For my own
yeah,
clarification.
it's shooting at a woman. That's just the most hoish shit ever.
Right.
I just
Yeah, great. Yeah, that is.
I know that part happened. I know
Yeah.
that we don't
All right,
know.
but I say it like this: if he looked at it and you can feel like that, he honestly, in his heart of heart, it comes off that he feels as though he honestly made a mistake and he wants to make a change in that. Would you be able to accept him then?
He didn't do that. But
No, I'm saying, but
okay.
if he would, like, if that was,
if
like,
that's
his
how he came off,
honesty
if he
and
came off
genuine,
contrite and
like, damn, I know I fucked
Yeah,
up. You know
well-
what I'm saying? I did it. I can't take it back, but it is what it is. I just got to do better with myself and keep. You know what I mean?
there's
Keep the
people
positive.
there's people that I support who have had histories with certain things like
Right.
that, and yeah, I support them.
Mm.
Like Joe Button,
Mhm.
one of my favorite podcasters. I know that he got a history of beating bitches up,
Right.
but I also feel like
Allegedly.
but I also feel like you need people who have done fucked up shit
Yeah.
to then be sometimes in I did 10 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm a person that did fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You need me in leadership roles at times to get other people that's doing fucked up shit to not do fucked up shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with a person redeeming themselves and having redemption and turning their life around and, you know, fucking with them. Because there's going to be a certain amount of consistency that you see in that change.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I could get behind that. But that takes time. Like, you can't just turn around, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'm going to just jump. I got to see that, you know, it's genuine. And I don't want to really get into the, because there's certain people who do fucked up shit, and I still might listen to their music or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a slippery slope, but I definitely stop it at violence towards black women. I stop it
Right.
right there. I stop it right there. That's us.
I totally understand it. It's just, until everything come out right now, it's just more so I'm enjoying the music, I'm enjoying the little WWE like storyline and shit. That's really like I'm looking at it really like some shit that come across some TMZ shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you hear about dumb shit like
pretty much
anything, so and so, this person did this and this happened and it's like, all right, well, let's see how this play out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really investing too much into this because it's just one of them things where it's like, yes, it's violence towards a woman, but at the same time, this could fuck around and be some publicity shit for both of them that look good and shit.
Yeah. I've taken the celebrity out of it because that's the part that makes it fuzzy. Because the celebrity part makes it like they're not like all the way like real people. You know what I mean?
But they are though.
They are, but you said you look at it like it's like WWE, like characters, like characters that's like playing a role. Like, I've taken that part out of it because I know that celebrity sometimes can skew how we look at people, like how we take in what they going through, like the Kim Kardashian shit.
Yeah.
Like when she got robbed and all that shit, and niggas didn't believe it. I didn't believe it either, cause she done made her fucking living off of reality stunts and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But you know, when it came back around and it was real, I was like, oh damn, that shit was real. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. But when you really think about it, and it's like a real person, you know what I mean? When you take all the glitz, the glam, the money, the fucking social media, everybody talking and all that shit, when you take it out and you just think about a person, like Meg is a young girl, her mom just died, you know what I mean? It's newfound fame.
Yeah.
So she trying to like find her group and find herself and without her people, like because her mom was her manager for that long time, or like, you know, her mom was like her right hand when she was coming up, Tina Snow type shit. Okay. So she's at this point where I done lost my right hand and my conscience, the one that led me to this. I'm out here by myself and trying to find my way. Yeah. You take the celebrity out of it, you know what I'm saying? Then you just see it like on a human level. I think you see it different. When you add the celebrity on, that's where it's like, shit, this shit could be a publicity stunt. If this was a publicity stunt, this is the dumbest publicity stunt I've ever seen from anybody. Why the fuck would Tory want to do this? His base is women.
Right.
And niggas, the certain weirdo niggas and internet niggas that want a cake for him right now, that's not even his base. They ain't going to be listening to him 2 albums from now.
Right.
His base is women. Yeah. So this was the wrong shit to do. Yeah.
Like I said, some of them songs on that album is fire.
I think it was good, but it just like I said, like when I play it back, like when I ride around in the car listening to that shit on the regular, like this my shit, like this the one.
Certain songs, not the whole album. Certain songs.
Like I said, I probably have maybe I'll go back and re-listen to it again, and maybe I'll be like, something may grow on me. But like far as me listening on the first try,
if all this shit was fictitious, it's certain songs that, like you said, fire. But just off principle, because sometimes you gotta just do shit off principle, like what you stand for, like you know, try to keep the energy. So off principle, I'm never going back to it. But if I was looking at it like it was like a fictitious conceptual album or something, it definitely would be some shit.
Let me ask you a question. You think that's his favorite album? That's your best album in your opinion from him?
No, it's not my favorite, but as far as like this random songs I could just cherry pick from. That it's like it got more. Okay, is what I mean and shit like that. That's why I say so far as my favorite, because it's one of them. Like, let me chop that real quick. The Drake album, I couldn't really get into that till probably like 3-4 months been out.
Which
and
one?
The dark tape demo thing. I couldn't get into it. It was like 2-3 songs max that I fucked with on that joint. And I would tell a nigga I ain't fuck with that joint. That shit, I don't know. And then one day I got time to just sit and listen to it and really go back and like, oh shit, damn, he said that on the, oh shit, I ain't peeped that one. Oh damn, I forgot about this joint. This joint hot. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Damn, this joint is hot.
Yeah. So I said,
so for right now, it's my favorite. But as time goes on, I may be like, you know what, man? After a couple months of sitting on this joint, I like New Toronto 3.
It didn't age well.
Yeah, it didn't age well. Like
it probably will. Like speaking from a fictitious point, it probably will age well because of the way that the music sounded. It was some of it was really classic sounding. A lot of his cadences was really classic sounding.
Yeah.
Like kind of like timeless type shit, like not something that was a wave. Not it didn't sound like, you know how you can hear a song and you know like for a fact that shit was made in 2009 because that was that one sound that
or
everybody
it'd be
had.
certain references you can keep and shit.
I feel like also
yeah,
like with that,
niggas
like, I
get
feel
drafted
like
and shit, but he
the
didn't want
way
to
the
team
songs
over.
are put together, I feel like they are good. Like they do sound like, I mean, fire the way they put together and when he chose to go about it in those routes. But like, you know how you can listen to a song, you be like, you know what, that sound like a hit. Like that sound like that shit is gonna be played on the radio and everybody gonna be banging that shit for the summer, or you know what I'm saying?
He not getting no
on
hits.
that album, on that, he don't have that.
Yeah, no,
It's
he not getting
that
no hits on that.
type frame. Like, no.
But I don't think he was searching for
Yeah, I
it.
don't think he was aiming for it on
Yeah.
that type thing, but I just feel that's one of the reasons to me why I don't think it's going to age that well to me. Like in my instance, I feel like there would be
Well, hits
other
don't age
mixtapes and
well a
other
lot of
albums
times.
that would be more better.
I look at this album if he was the like, you know how like people be trying to like, or no, not Confessions, bad idea and shit. What album was that R. Kelly put out and shit?
Right after the sex tape?
Yeah.
TP2.
So,
12
alright.
And that shit went over the moon.
Like, it's like his redemption album, I guess you would say, and shit like that. This is his like, alright, I can't speak, but this is my like
if
testimony
you
and shit. Like,
that his is shitty. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I ain't fucking with
possibly
it.
TP2 was.
I feel like if you want to compare that to an 11, like no.
Well, TP2, R. Kelly didn't address any of the shit.
right, yeah.
He just came out with a bunch of fucking
Good music.
bangers.
Yeah.
That nigga just came out with a bunch
just
of
hits
fucking
after
smokers.
no. He just swarmed
And
this
it
with
was
it. It was
like-
just too much.
Yeah,
Like
yo, that was a really weird time.
It
That
was.
That was a really weird time because the
What was
tape
weird
that
about
came
it?
out. Because the tape the tape that came out,
Uh-huh.
everybody went and watched it.
Right.
Like everybody was engaging in child pornography. Everybody went and watched the tape, and then it's
Pedophilia.
yeah, everybody, every niggas was walking up to the stand like, yo, you got that R. Kelly? Like it was like that's really weird. Number one, then
shit was out
Cause
there.
niggas be wanting to see if it really was R. Kelly and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
anybody watched it
yeah.
for the actual, like, let's see the girl. Like, unless you had that in your head, now the R. Kelly shit was low key the escape so you could watch it. But
I mean, I don't know what the motivation was. I'm just saying it was wild how everybody watched it. It wasn't not one person who didn't watch it.
I ain't see it.
And then after that, he was already like the most famous R&B person. Him and Usher was kind of running the race, but not really because
Yeah, I'm about to say. I
because
think
R. Kelly had so
during
many
that time,
writing
I think
credits.
Usher. I mean, he probably was like how Jay-Z looked in the rap game. He probably was looked at like that
On the R&B side,
He was.
yeah.
He was.
Hell yeah.
He was like the Jay-Z R&B.
But it was almost like you didn't think he could get no bigger. He was already the biggest at that time.
Right.
And then the tape dropped, and then he got even bigger.
Mm.
That was the part. Like he got even bigger after that. When TP2 came out,
And he
after
quit it.
the fucking
And he gotta quit it. He gotta quit it. Then the album dropped and he was out here.
no, he was still going to court for that
Oh,
shit.
he was?
No, yeah, he didn't get. That didn't happen to some years after when he was going to
That was
court.
like Chocolate Factory shit when he came out with fucking Ignition and all that, right?
Yeah, so he came out with TP2 and then he came out with Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, cause TP2 had fucking I Wish on there and shit.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, got
And
you.
then Chocolate Factory had
Eddie.
step, side.
Yeah, Ignition.
That was literally Ignition was TP2.
No, Ignition was Chocolate Factory. That was like 03.
Yeah,
Dave
Ignition.
I
Chappelle.
think they came out back to back. Look it up. I think
No.
Ignition was TB2.
Ignition may be TB2, man.
yeah, because all them bangers
No,
was on
Ignition was on Chocolate Factory.
Ignition was on TP2.
Or
What
we
was
about
on
to.
Chocolate? It matter of fact, you kind of get me confused by it.
Because Chocolate Factory
One point
was the
saying I
bomb.
think it was on Chocolate Factory, and then another one is saying it was. I think it was Chocolate Factory. Matter of fact,
It was. I'm trying to
I
tell
think it
you.
was Chocolate Factory.
It was TP2.
Unless he changed the joint, it's not on there.
Let me see.
It gotta.
What's this?
That's TP2.
Okay. What's this?
And that's the white cover joint. I remember it because the I Wish song was on
TB2
there.
was the one that got R&B Thug and
Yeah,
Greatest
TP2
Sex
got
and
R.
all that, right?
Yeah.
Fiesta.
Then you're right.
I wish.
Cause remember, Chocolate Factory. That's when the Chocolate Factory shit. Cause that's when Dave Chappelle made the goddamn little skit joint about it and shit like that.
Okay, so then he came out with Chocolate Factory, and he was at the
Because
pinnacle.
it got it got Ignition and Ignition remix on that shit.
Yeah.
Ignition
Okay.
and then the remix and shit.
For some reason, I remember Chocolate Factory. As being
Unless he
like,
came out with some one of them, you know how people used to do the EPs and shit like that, where
no, you was right.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah,
you
he was
just
right.
did it right.
It just, but it
Like how Jay-Z did that 2.1 shit with Blueprint.
Yeah. But no, that's right. You was right. I guess it's just so colluded because it was like a flood of
0203
like,
shit.
nothing but hits after we all seen the fucking tape. That was really fucking weird.
Right, R. Kelly was really like
Oh yeah.
living on the TV.
It's like a 3-year difference and shit like that. TP2 is 2000, Chocolate Factory is 03.
But TP2, it had so many bang. It lasted. By the time
Yeah.
it was still in heavy rotation when Chocolate Factory came out. That's like it was like an instant classic. He was still dropping singles.
His shit charted
I
for
want to
damn
say
near
that made him
so
to the
many
point,
weeks
like,
and
whatever he
months.
say on the track is like is gold. Like
It is. It is. It probably still would be. But I mean, the time and shit.
Right before he went to jail, he dropped some shit.
I was
But it was
ready to say
corny,
that.
though.
I
It was
getting ready
corny.
to say that.
But he kind of still had good songs and shit like that in the midst of that. It's just the shit he was putting out was corny. I'm trying to think.
R. Kelly.
Because he got an album called Buffet or whatever. He had some shit on there.
Oh, I never heard that.
That's what I'm saying. See, like he was still dropping shit. Like it's just the fact that I don't know what his situation is and shit. It wasn't as like broadcast on billboards and videos all over the place. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go looking for his shit, it won't pop up on your timeline.
And this is like what I'm saying because I'm not the person. I did too much. Like I said, I did a whole decade in prison. So if people are going by the things that you did to determine if they're going to listen to your music,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the I'm not the poster child for that. Nobody will listen to my music. Not really. I mean, because I got in the shit out with the cops, so I did some kind of G shit in in retrospect, looking back. But I don't want to start that. I guess it's just personal judgment. Like if it's some shit that you can like look past it. If it's some shit you can't, then don't. You know what I'm saying? But I told some college kids before because they asked me how I felt about R. Kelly and all that other shit. And I was like, one thing I do respect about y'all is y'all have a moral high ground and y'all are willing to not support people who do certain things or whatever. I was like, but I guess I'm from a different era. And back when I was poor, when the mold was on the bread, we cut the mold off and we ate the bread. Like,
Yeah.
That's
the bread.
That right. We ate the bread. We didn't eat the mold part. But
Right.
We ate the fucking bread. Like so, as long as you're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner or the Pledge of the Star Spangled Banner, y'all took the third verse out and y'all still sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like y'all just don't sing the part about catching and killing slaves anymore.
Right.
But that's still America's song.
Right.
So who am I to do that to artists? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I felt that way for a long time. I guess it just depends on the offense for me now. Like if it's some shit where, or maybe I just don't like how you go about it, even after you did it. I don't know really what it is. It's not like, you did this, I'm done with you, I cancel them, and this. It's not really that. It's just.
Or is that like that feeling for those type of things had always been in you, or it was more so one of them things? All right, let me make sure this.
No, because I still listen to R. Kelly.
I guess you could say
he
like same
did
thing
it
like
despicable.
how like we talk about like the Terry Crews thing, the switch off and shit. Like how they just look at him like, for him to sit there and say the shit he said, it'd be like the fuck, like you know what I'm saying? And then after you have that view, it's like damn, bro, like the fuck is like you. For him to sit here and be, I think like to be welcomed back into the community and some shit like that, he really have to. I don't even know at that point. Like for him, I feel like the way he went or go about things to sit here and kind of got lost of words and shit. Or what I'm saying right now, but like,
You better than Anita?
That's why I was probably gonna take a break whenever we feel like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. But my whole thing with Terry Crews is he ain't about to fuck his money up. All that black shit ain't important to him.
No.
He got other shit going on, and I understand it. Cause he his own man and shit like that. He gotta sleep with that and look at himself in the mirror. So if he gonna look at it like, oh, Nick Cannon fucked up. He talking about white people and he tripping. I ain't fucking with that. All that black unity shit ain't gonna get me
but I feel
nowhere.
like
I'm
for
just fucking with
him
them.
and certain things he do, like he ignores certain like when they was talking about the whatever channel TV station, he was saying like they don't do racial things or certain things like that. After they
with the
prove
NBC shit,
to them that they actually do, it's like, come on, bro, like.
But do
I
they
feel
ruin
like-
white chicks for you? I guess that's.
In certain sense, I like when I see certain things.
Just make it more real.
And to see the fucking
Get
like
the
see
jiggle
him
away
on
from me.
there or see like he's a guest host or like a voice on that joint kind of do make me like, man, get the shit off my phone.
What, white chicks?
like yeah, like even seeing on him, like this bum ass.
It don't
coon ass
want like,
nigga.
it don't
Like
want white
it
chicks
kind of
to
made
me.
me feel sour towards him when I see him in it. Like it don't take away or ruin the movie. Like same thing like Friday. When I watched Friday and see him come up like nut ass Damon now and shit. Like, he kind of make it like fuck the experience that I once had for off of the shit that he said. Like now it's like kind of man, fuck this nigga, man.
So he canceled in your world and shit.
I ain't gonna say cancel, but I just ain't fucking with him right now. I ain't really fucking with it.
Sounds like canceled to me.
I don't think I've ever canceled.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that because I say in the sense
When I
you
say cancel, it's clearly that you ain't
you-
fucking with him.
like,
That's
you
it. I
straight
don't
ain't
mean it
fucking-
like you out here slandering him on Twitter and you
No, but
dedicating your
I
time
also
to
feel
just
like
hate
when you
on
say
him and shit.
canceling
Like,
person, I think that goes along the lines like you say like anything he got something to do with, you're not for and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you ain't
I really
fucking with
don't-
Yeah.
Like I mean, I just feel as though he fucked up. Like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, I don't go against your acting or the stuff that you done did already that I fucked with. It is what it is, but you fucked up, buddy. Like you know what I'm saying.
Right,
Fucked up,
moving
buddy,
forward,
love.
like yeah, like that's where I'm at. Cause like I love white chicks still. It just makes his character. I see why you played it so well.
Yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you wasn't really doing that much acting. Like that was really who you was. You feel me? But I won't. I don't think. I just hate the word cancel anyway. But I guess I do cancel people because I'm actually purchase. I purchase people's music.
Yeah.
I put my money behind people I support.
yeah.
So if I don't fuck with you no more, then
yeah.
I'm gonna stop doing that. But people who cancel most times don't even support you in the first place.
Right.
Like the people who trying to cancel Tory are not buying his
They,
albums.
but that's what I'm saying. Those are people who go on Twitter or social media. They just troll in general.
Right.
They the people that
Right.
go under people comments and be like, "I hope your fucking mother died,
Right.
fucking AIDS, and getting
Right.
raped in the ass." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this goofy shit like that. So it's like when people is on that type of, oh, he said this, he's canceled. Oh, I would never watch another movie from his side. All right.
You wasn't watching to begin
Yeah,
with.
you probably seen one of my movies, two of my movies,
Right.
and you never bored them and shit. You probably just seen them at somebody's crib, but
And you know what's fucked up for like certain
as
things?
long as he still got
Because-
America's Got Talent, he Gucci.
Right. It's certain people who may have not. The fans fuck shit up a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they get so weird that it turns you off from the person. Like you know,
Yeah.
like they get so weird trying to cape for them and like do so much.
Like
that
Nicki
it
Minaj
turns-
fans.
Yep.
The Nicki Minaj fans.
Yeah.
Like when anything bad or weird happened to her or some shit like that, they be on type time and shit. Like, so I understand. But at the same time, they're her fans. They going hard. So
Yeah. The barbs are annoying as fuck.
Man.
Beehive too, but
Beehive too.
I mean, but
But I could get the Beehive a little more.
Yeah, I can fuck with the
Yeah.
Beehive.
Than the Nicki shit. Off of only like, cause even when I feel like when Nicki do shit that she's wrong about this shit, they just still rock.
Yeah.
It ain't no fucking right or wrong.
The Beehive drags
They just
Beyonce.
right. They just right with it. They
Yeah.
rock out with it. It's like.
Like if Beyonce do some nut shit or if she
Like the shit with Travis Scott when she was mad about the Travis Scott shit. Like to me, it's like, bro, it is what it is. Like you know what I'm saying? What you so bitching for? You mad at him?
hold on. Speaking of Travis
Kept it
Scott,
alive.
we going to get into Travis Scott after these commercial breaks real quick.